We alive now. Hello. Hey.
Hey.
I'm just sweating my ass off.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We got some summer going on in Denmark. Whew.
Woo. It's no picnic here either, but
No.
I think we're a little more used to it than y'all are up there.
Well, and
Yeah.
every public building and almost every private building has air conditioning here because it's literally dangerous not to, just because it gets so hot here.
Yeah.
Like you can't have it will shut down the schools. If a school's air conditioning system goes out in August, they'll shut down the school and send the kids home because it can get dangerously hot.
I've been to Memphis.
Yeah.
It was like 100 degrees out when I was there.
Right? You go outside, it's like walking into a wet wool blanket.
Yeah.
So, Amika, who have we got in the chat?
We have. Whoops. We have
Woo!
Dave, Critical Cripple.
Woo!
We have Ilya Moon.
Oh yeah,
Hi.
We have Kim Bradshaw.
Kim.
Hello.
We have Philip Lurch.
Yay. Hi, Philip.
Hey, Hopswatch is here.
Hi. Fellow Dane. Yay.
Nerdy Rodent.
Hey, Nerdy. I thought you were on the shelves, Nerdy. Oh, you are. Ah.
Oh. Can well, no, I probably don't.
This question.
Yeah.
And
Never mind.
there are 9 people watching, and only 6 of them have hit that like button.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Gotta
Ah!
Cost you nothing.
put him up.
And let your
Roll
hands
into
broken.
the love.
Yes,
And
please.
don't use your mouth, but
Oh, whew.
Angie Bell is here.
Huh?
hey. Andrew.
This is where all the cool kids are hanging out.
Yeah.
I have a cool story.
Okay.
A really brief, short, cool story. So we go to vote today, and we're voting in it's a Democratic primary, local and then and state senate and stuff, and and Senate anyway, and so we're going in there, and of course everyone's wearing masks, and there's a whole new procedure, but it's very safe. It was very nice, and we I get to the second station, after I'm ID'd and everything, and this very nice lady is telling me, where to print my name and where to sign it, and then she turns around, she sees my name, and she goes, "Do I know you?" And I was like, I don't know, do you? And because I just thanked her for volunteering, and she said, "Yeah, weren't you at the University of Memphis?" And I was like, "Yes, but I'm sorry, I can't see half your face, so I don't know who you are." She was behind a plexiglass thing, so she took down part of her mask, and I was like, "Miss Linda! Oh my gosh!" It's just her first name.
Perfect.
I'm not gonna give her whole name. Jesus. Anyway, so the point is, I got inordinately excited and very shrill, and I apologize, especially to Linda, who was wearing earphones and had me shrill in her ear. But
No.
I practically jumped up and down. This is how starved for social contact with human beings I think I've become at this point. So that's the story. But it was so nice to see her and that she was well and volunteering at the polls, because she was amazing. She's just an amazing person.
Oh,
She saved my butt a couple of times in grad school too.
your butt?
Paperwork. Yeah, there was. Well, one time I didn't turn this form in on time, and the thing is, she was one of the executive assistants in the department, and so I would do this thing where every Secretary's Day I would bring them like a pound of coffee from Starbucks and a card and stuff, and they really appreciated it, and they were awesome, and I was always nice to them. And so I bring in this form, and I'm like, "Relinda, I'm so sorry, this is super late, I don't know what to do." And she said, "I got you, don't worry about it." So So be nice to the people who handle your paperwork. It's always good advice.
Yeah.
And
I've always thought a good practice to be nice to the people who serve you food.
Exactly.
Because if you treat your waitress like crap, you might get a few secret ingredients that you weren't bargaining for.
Oh, yeah. Hmm.
Yeah. And you want some dead spiders in your soup, apparently. All right. I never did that. I did that.
Bodily fluids.
Yeah, absolutely. I
Yeah.
worked in restaurants. Trust me, you don't do that.
So what are you doing today, Mr. Shadow Kitty?
This. And I'm supposed to play outdoors at a restaurant later.
Oh,
And
cool.
I'm not looking forward to it. No, it's soaking wet outside. We just had a big rainfall.
Oh no.
And I'm supposed to be playing flute, which means I can't wear a mask. So I'm not really. And plus, I'm playing for half the price of what we usually play for. So I'm just want to get it done and get it over with.
And if anything, they should pay you more right now.
Is it half
Well,
price?
they
'cause
can't
you're-
afford to.
you have seating
Part of what
capacity?
we're doing is you keep people in the bar and you keep them drinking and they make more money. But this is just if you're doing outdoor dining, they just want to like, okay, eat your food and go.
Yeah.
So I don't even know why we're doing it.
Well, you will bring joy to the folks who are there.
Okay.
I think so. I would love to
I
hear
meant
you
that
play.
sincerely.
Yeah.
Contain my excitement.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, seriously, like we're always thrilled if we just happen if we're not that we've gone out to eat since like January, but
Yeah.
when we do go out, if there happens to be live music, it's always a treat. It's always like, oh, cool.
Yeah, it usually is. I had a nice treat the other day. Yesterday, I was taking a walk, and all of a sudden, like, I hear clarinets. I'm like, is that Beethoven's Fifth? Ocean Grove has a summer band, like a community band, but because of the current conditions, they aren't able to do it. But there was two women, the two clarinetists were up on their second floor porch, and socially distant, and over duets, and they were playing Beethoven's Fifth. So I stopped. It's like, I hope it's not bothering you. It's like, no, this is very nice, actually. So I stayed and listened to Beethoven for a few minutes.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, screw the rest of humanity, says Nerdy.
Oh,
Damn.
there's a call coming. Oh, I can't hear anybody. Okay.
Ooh.
Now I'm hearing
Did you read Kim's comment,
Yeah.
Amiga? Oh.
Yes, I did. And I'm right there with her.
Yeah.
Hey, we can't see the comments. What did Kim say? Hi, Kim.
I may never leave my house again. I'm super spoiled by food deliveries now.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I get all my food delivered too. So, and it's a wonderful thing.
It really is.
Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah. Yeah, Kim and I have that in common. We're hermit crabs. I don't like to go out, although now I would I would really like to go out. Say love you. It's a weird
And Kim
time.
says, "Hi, Julie."
There it is.
Sam!
There he is.
Sam.
Yeah, hi.
Hello, Julie.
Hello.
Junk Shop.
Hi.
Shadow. And Linda. Hello.
Yay.
And Amiga.
Yeah,
Surprise.
I'm here. And Nerdy Virgin says,
Huh?
I remember being at university and thinking, wouldn't it be amazing if we could somehow use the internet and have food delivered to us?
Yeah.
You're ahead of your time.
And you didn't patent this idea.
You patented an idea. I've wondered about that. Like, I know you can
No,
patent an
you can-
invention, you can patent,
You can patent the concept, right?
can
Like proof
patent-
of concept.
yeah, maybe, yeah,
I think.
yeah. Anywho, not important.
Oh, and Philip says, love the cool coffee mug jump shop.
Ah, thank you.
Yeah.
Just up.
Just
It's a
coffee.
very- Oh yeah, there are all of these rumors that because Junk Shop constantly protests that or makes the exclamation that it's just coffee, that it's not just coffee. And the funny thing is, it is just coffee.
That's not all these rumors. That's just Mark Caesar trying to be okay.
This is water. If this were anything but water, this would kill me. So it's
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh,
Mhm.
this is what is it called?
That is good. All right.
Sweet.
Oh, water.
Yeah.
Linda, don't do that.
That will not work out.
Time out, Linda.
Yeah.
I do that all the time.
Wrong hole.
Yeah.
Don't breathe it in.
If you both pardon me, I'm sorry. If you'll pardon me for 5 minutes, I have to step out because I have to return a call from somebody in my band. So I have to attend to duties. So I'll be back in a few minutes.
Okay. Whew.
Okay. All right. Okay, bye-bye. Okay, bye-bye now. See ya.
Mika.
So it seems it's not just me. Everybody has a little anxiety about talking about anxiety.
Yeah, we seem to be avoiding the subject. We're deflecting. I think
Yeah,
is the technical
yeah.
term.
You
A
think?
bit of a procrastination going on.
Yeah.
Gee, I wonder why that is.
All right.
I don't know. How do you feel about that?
Yeah. Well,
Are we going to project about how we're projecting now? It's projection inception. Do that. Projection all the way down. Okay, no, what's happened? Okay, so yeah, I had to go to 3 different stores. And
Out where the people are.
out where the people are. And I got and I forgot how to talk to people. Anyway, I'm forgetting how to talk to people. Just normally interact with people because I'm around you lot and us all the time. And let's face it, our conversations are a little esoteric or weird sometimes. And so I get this like intense social anxiety now where I'm like, do I remember how to make small talk? I don't know that I do. And I do not. I learned today. I have forgotten the skill of small talk because I complimented the young lady across the street where we buy our cigarettes. I complimented this new piece of piercing jewelry she had. And because I loved the color, it was really pretty. And she said, oh, it's the same color as your shirt. And I was like, oh yeah, that's probably why I like it. And then I just kind of trailed off. And then I said something else like, I think I've forgotten how to talk to people. Yes, I did say that exact thing to her, at which point she stopped talking to me. And but she quit. She was like, well, that was a nice compliment, but you made it weird. You just made it weird. And or so said the look on her face. And then I left.
yeah. I generally don't conversate with anyone when I go out, even before the pandemic. So I don't know.
I think it's a learned behavior that I got from my mom because she's just very outgoing and vivacious, and she would always she knows her bank teller's name and who's married and who's not and who has how many kids and knows some of their kids' names. Same with the cashier at the grocery store she goes to, and it's just all that. She's all up in everybody's business. So part of it is just I tend to, it's also really easy when people are wearing name tags. It's easy to remember their names because it's right there. You're not so much remembering it as reading it.
Yeah.
So I do that, and I'll say, "Oh, hey, how are you, Mr. So-and-so?" Or "How are you doing?" What happened with your grandson's graduation? And I do weird shit like that. So, but
I have exactly the opposite thing.
I know.
That level of casual interaction with total strangers gives me more anxiety than almost anything else.
Yeah. Well, like I said,
Don't talk to me. I'm just here to buy milk.
I've lost the art. I know how to do it.
Yeah.
Well, your mom, Julie, sounds like she was a master of the small talk.
Oh yeah, for sure. And she genuinely cares. She's very much like a community person, like specifically wherever she happens to be. And the only downside to that is don't tell my mother anything that you don't want people in at least 3 states to know about. Because she has no discretion. She's not a gossip. She just has no discretion. She'll just be like, hey, pray for so-and-so because, you know, something embarrassing medical. Just fill in the blank.
Just keep a 3-state radius.
Yeah. You just got to keep, it's the tri-state area. Just know that hundreds of people are going to know. And surely all the Catholics are going to know.
Right.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All the
Oh, yeah. My parents are Catholics.
Oh.
Yeah.
I know. I come from a Catholic family, and you know, you say one thing 1 minute, and it just like explodes across the country.
Yep. Sometimes on postcards. She was, yes,
Yeah.
she once sent a postcard to me detailing a relative's depression and why I should pray for that relative because said relative was depressed. You notice how careful I'm being here because, again, people in 3 states saw that postcard, including mail carriers. I'm like, okay, not a, you know, in the stigma, but this is a little personal, right? Especially to put on a postcard where anyone can read.
How big was the postcard?
Well, it was just regular postcard size, but you know, it's just she has very neat, good Catholic school handwriting, and so it was very clear and legible to anyone who happened to look at it to toss it in the right mail bin to get it to me. So, I'm
back.
Hi, back.
Okay.
So Amiga Nuts, yeah, you can identify.
I don't have to play tonight.
Whoa.
The restaurant has no power. We got the edge of the hurricane the other day, and a lot of power got knocked out. And the restaurant I was supposed to play at is part of the collateral damage of that. So they rescheduled us to the 27th, which is good.
Okay, cool.
I can hear that relief palpable in your voice there.
Yeah.
You really didn't want to do this, did you?
Oh, I really didn't know what to do.
Well, I'm glad. I'm glad you get to just chill tonight.
Yeah. I get to hang out with you guys.
Yeah.
Hey.
We will endeavor to be relaxing and non-anxiety generating company.
Oh yeah. Wait, how does one do that?
It's trying to think about like
Poor Junk Shop doesn't get any coffee.
Did that come out your nose?
Very nearly.
Wrong hole again. Wrong hole again.
I
Yeah.
normally try to avoid prop humor.
You know who you can blame for that?
I just knew that you're strong enough that you wouldn't do a spit take all over the new computer. So
No.
Yeah.
No, too long in the waiting for that.
yeah.
Hey, you made your bed today, Sam.
Oh,
His bed's always made. Wait, has it not been?
there was one day
yeah.
this month I didn't make it so far.
Oh,
One time.
That one time, and Linda's not going to let it go.
It's made.
But then I made it, right, Linda?
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you went out for a smoke and then you made the bed. Yeah.
I'm a creature of habit. I can't help myself.
No, that's good. That's a
Yeah.
good habit to have. I need to develop that habit.
I never
Well, it
make
makes
my
me feel
bed.
good. It helps me more because I'm the only one who sees it. Sorry, unfortunately enough, but
No, I get what you mean though. Like when I do make our bed and then I walk into the bedroom and it's all neat and the pillows are there and the big pretty quilt is on top. I like it. It's nice.
Yeah,
And I
it's
go there and everything's a jumble. Not nice.
it's like gives you a comforting feeling,
Mm-hmm.
and there's no like, you don't need an external source to appeal to, for any appeal to make you happy. It's you making the bed. That's all it is.
Yeah.
There's no outside source helping you to feel happy. It's you. It's just you doing it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the most important thing, I think. People looking outside themselves to get happy.
Yeah.
They're looking for an external source to provide that's already there, man. You just gotta get it out somehow. The happendess, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
I get my happiness about
Dude,
8 ounces at a time.
the fundamental message of Buddhism.
There you go.
What did you say?
Sorry, I was talking over you.
Before you forget, what did you say, Shadow?
Oh, it's finding happiness from inside, not looking from external sources. That's the fundamental message of Buddhism.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I'm not pushing that, but I'm just saying that I'm not a Buddhist.
No, but and Buddhism doesn't require a belief in a divine being. Like it can just be a philosophy.
I don't have
either way.
I don't have the first clue about Buddhism. So
I don't know much. Except for back in my like hippie Wiccan days, I read a little bit about it.
Buddhism is the one thing that appealed to me, and it was also my shield as far as people that wanting to discuss spirituality or whatever. I said, well, I like Buddhism, and it's the one thing that doesn't deal with a deity. There's no gods in Buddhism. It's just thinking about stuff.
Yeah.
It doesn't deal with or taking the time to not think about stuff too. Thinking about stuff.
it's Paul.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Hello, Paul.
Hi.
I'm just getting ready for work. I'm just having a cup of tea and then I'm setting off to work. I'm on nights again.
Again,
Take it away.
wait.
Getting ready for work. I'm just having a cup of tea and then I'm setting off to work. I'm coming back. I'm echoing back.
Oh, dear. That's what I was thinking. I was like, you just said that.
Yeah. Echoing
We're
back.
all stone cold professionals. It's fine.
He's reiterating.
We're all stone cold professionals. It's fine.
I can still hear me. It's like I'm on a continuous.
Ooh, now we got Ilya backstage.
I'm not going to have any cool kids left in the audience. Everybody's going to be piling into the backstage. We'll all be here.
Yeah.
Might have to rotate.
And we'll have to do a math thing.
Who is making the echo?
Yeah. Might have to rotate.
I wonder if it's me.
I'm going to mute and see if it's us.
Not me.
Alright, I think it was us.
It wasn't, we weren't doing it earlier. Let me try that again.
Testing.
1, 2, 3.
Onomatopoeia.
You can't find the echo if everybody's quiet.
Yes.
I've got headphones on now. So that's done it.
It's us. And then
Yay! It was you, Paul.
Okay, cool.
all right.
Was it me? Was it?
Don't feel bad, Paul. I did it right at the beginning of this.
I don't.
Mika always forgets to mute before I start my intro, so I hear my intro music through Amiga.
Oh.
If I had a nickel.
But then I know it works. That's
Hey,
There you go.
I'm not sure I've ever actually been on a show with Amiga before.
I don't think I have.
Usually he's just in the chat making everybody's links go boom.
Yes. And being awesome.
Yes.
he's becoming a
Showmeister.
regular here. What is it? The third show? Fourth show? What is it?
Thank you.
Yeah.
I lost count.
I just find it very amusing that I go on other people's streams, I spam their chats, and they always thank me. I get so many thank yous.
Deservedly so.
Because we appreciate it.
Yeah, most people get kicked for doing what you do.
Well, we have a very supportive little community up in here.
Got me tea.
Yay!
There we go.
Hey, cheers. I got my body
Yes.
lamp. Woo!
Speaking of the community, do you refer to us as the atheist community? We identify as a collective.
That's how I refer to it as a whole. Yeah.
Yeah, I tend to
Yeah.
do that too. Or like,
I usually refer to it as the critical thinking community because a lot of times we're not really discussing atheism. We're discussing, anti-vaxxing or flat Earth or a lot of other things.
yeah, that's a fair point.
Yeah.
That's a fair point.
Anti-science is just like.
Oh, I'm so right there with you, Amiga. The
Anti-science.
anti-science stuff drives me crazy. Because
Yep.
people die. People die when you don't listen to science, particularly medical science.
Wear your mask.
Yes.
I was out today past 2.
I'm still getting an awful lot of echo. Are you still all getting echo?
No.
Oh.
No.
I'm getting an awful lot.
No. No.
I am. I am.
I'm gonna have to get the drift for that. Catch the drift for that joke. Oh dear.
We're the technologically challenged community, is what we are.
No, some of it definitely. Luckily, we
Hey.
well, I think
Oh, I was,
Yeah,
I was having fun last week. Data ran out halfway through the show, and then all of a sudden everybody started like junk shopping, and I was like, "Uh-oh!" And it's like, no more internet for me on the phone.
Well, I'm going
used
to jump
up my
out anyway and
quota.
just carry on listening because I'm just getting an awful lot of echo. So I'll catch you all later, but I'll still be listening.
Okay.
Bye.
Beautiful.
Should have
And
like a screen.
hello.
And Instagram.
Enter new person.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Whoa.
Welcome.
I'm good. I am working on sets for our show. We have the creepy conspiracy show Saturday, and then Sunday we're doing a subscriber special.
Nice.
Mm.
We are almost at 1,000 subs. We're 140 away.
Oh my God.
Ooh.
Ooh,
So-
nice.
All right. So if you're not
So
subscribed,
everybody subscribe to Sit
Yeah.
Down with the Rocket.
sit down with the
Yes. Thank you. Yeah, it's been so much fun. This Sunday was supposed to be our 500 sub special, but we shot up like crazy, and now we're at 860 the last time I checked.
That is awesome.
Nice.
Yes.
Well done.
Yeah. We have some great shows coming up too. We've got we're going to be looking at debunking the Cartoon Network conspiracies, the Ice Bucket Challenge being a satanic ritual. Yeah.
Oh.
all the woo that you can handle. And we also are going to be looking at where people say that the Large Hadron Collider is a satanic machine to awaken an Egyptian demon. So that's going to be so much fun.
Why is everything satanic?
Why?
I thought I was nervous. People who think everything is satanic must be scared off their asses all the time.
Oh, you guys want to hear? You guys want to hear the best conspiracy we're about to uncover?
Yes, please.
That in America, April is the month of sacrifice for the Illuminati.
Sacrifice to what?
Amiga?
I'm kidding.
Sacrifice children and babies for their adrenochrome drug that they're addicted to.
Okay.
I saw that.
That's
tweet
great.
part.
Yeah.
Don't ask me where I find all this woo. It just comes to me. I think
The woo magnet now.
I'm the woo magnet. But we do have some great stuff coming up on equality too. We have Jeff Scoop is coming back, who is the reformed neo-Nazi, to continue the conversation.
Yes. Yeah.
He is a pretty big name now. He was on CNN the night that he was on our show, and I think that's what made us grow so quickly.
Well, because
Hey,
he
whatever
mentioned
works.
it, right?
Yeah. He
Yeah.
shilled out that he was on our channel, and we've grown. We were at like 150 something subs when he came on, and now we're at 840.
That's awesome. That is so cool.
Fantastic.
And
I need to get Linda on.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
We're going to do a women's rights episode 2 coming up, where it's just going to be a women's panel, and we're going to talk about women's issues. So if you want to be in on that, PM me and let me know, and I will get you into. I see you, Julie. I'll get you into that conversation with us. So it's going to be a good one. Yeah. Really
Yeah.
excited. Sorry, I will stop shamelessly self-promoting. Hi, everybody.
no, it's okay. We're deflecting, talking about anxiety, so you just help. No, we should talk about anxiety. Okay.
See, some of us have anxiety around self-promoting. Ilya apparently has none of it.
No, she's good, and that's fantastic because
I'm great with self-promotion. Yeah.
yeah,
Good.
and you do good work, and you should be proud of it.
Thank you. I love you guys so much. I'm so honored to have met you guys through this. It's just been so much fun. Linda, I've known you a lot longer though. I've known you for a while.
Yeah. Just because of my husband.
No, that's not true.
Oh, it's not. Oh.
I think it's the Legos.
I knew you before I knew that you were married to Morton.
Did you? Oh.
Yes.
I can't remember.
I'm just getting to know you now.
Hi, Mr. Shadow Kitty. I'm Geo Sam. I've never been on a stream with you guys. Nice to meet you.
It's nice
Yeah.
to meet you. Hey, watch this. Check this out. Look, I'm following you now.
Yay! Thank you.
Nice.
So anxiety.
Yes.
Anxiety.
Yes.
And I think specifically we could even say how it's been exacerbated by the pandemic, because
Oh.
the worst part of my day used to be my commute to and from work, because driving in morning traffic and afternoon traffic is kind of a trigger for me. But I haven't. There's a gnat in here. I'm not swatting at anything that only I can see. There's a gnat. They can vouch for me. There's a gnat. Anyway, so anyway, so the point is that that used to be like the most stressful part of my day. Now I found myself worrying that I'm gonna fall down the staircase, or weird, because we've been stuck in the apartment for so long, and it's like a townhouse is how it's laid out. So upstairs, and yeah, I actually had a nightmare about falling down our stairs. And Kim may or may not be typing death trap into the thing right now, because she knows our staircase, and it's a little
It's too steep.
It's too steep. But yeah, and I find that bizarre. So this is just one of the ways that, like, being isolated and not having a regular routine, not having a routine like I had, has exacerbated my anxiety, and how it's gotten weirder. All right, I shared it. Someone else shared it.
All right, this is one thing that's impacted me. I've gotten so sensitized to the social distancing and that. And as I said earlier, like, my computer went out, so I didn't have the internet for 2 days. So I started watching old classic movies from the 40s and 50s. So I'm so hypersensitized to everything going on that when two of the characters, when they lean into each other, like, no, you're too close, get away.
Yes.
So,
Wow.
Well, speaking of stairs, I have actually fallen down our stairs
Mm. Yeah.
a while ago. And there's carpet on the stairs.
Oh.
Thank
Run
God! Thank God I stopped before the little window that's halfway.
Oh.
Otherwise I could have stuck a leg or arm or something.
Oh, okay, no.
Ciao, sir! I got carpet burns and a big black mark on my butt.
Mm.
It hurt to go to the toilet.
oh,
Bless your heart.
And then I came down all, ow, and Morton was like, "What are you doing?" I fell down the stairs. And then I just went on and fed the dogs, and he wasn't half asleep halfway. What happened? I thought I heard a bump. Yeah, that bump was me.
Bump.
Bump. I bumped down the stairs. I stepped out of my slipper.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have some
Ow.
pretty acute anxiety when it comes to vehicles. Vehicles scare me. I've been in a couple of accidents, and I have some PTSD now when it comes to seeing a. Yes, I'm not going to go into it, but yeah, if I see someone who's passed away, it can trigger me a little bit because of a car wreck. So
I'm so sorry, but yeah, I understand that.
well, it's okay. I mean, it's very acute, so it's not always around me, but you know, still, it sucks. I am on medication. I'm medicated.
Oh, me too.
Yep.
Yeah,
I don't
me.
even care to say it.
Or-
I'm medicated.
And need to be, and it's for my own good, and I'm fine with it.
Yes. Which is something we just sort of we as a society, I think, need to talk about more.
Mhm.
Where it's getting to where it's less of a taboo to talk about the mental illnesses themselves, but we're still very twitchy about the treatment. We don't like to hear about the treatment. I feel that that's one of the next things that needs to go away is the
Yeah.
stigmatization of treating, of seeking treatment of mental illness.
Especially in certain recovery, like 12-step programs, because I've had friends come to me and say, you know, I was at a meeting today, and these are people who haven't done whatever it was for a long time. Like, these are people who have a lot of sobriety, right? And they'll come and say, somebody at my meeting today went off on me because they know I'm on mood stabilizers. Or somebody at the meeting today said, if you take anti-anxiety medicine, you might as well still be drinking. And
What?
it's like, no, back the fuck off of my medication.
That is so
No.
stupid.
I agree, and I'm like, don't make things harder. That's
No.
already anyway.
And people
That's
are
back to
just
that
like,
unsolicited advice thing.
Yep.
Yeah, there you go.
Full circle.
And these were not doctors talking. You know, these were just other people in recovery, and it's like, you don't know what you're talking about. Don't do that.
You can't correlate everything, lump everything together. You know, like everything that you use to help yourself as a drug. What is aspirin? Like, oh, now you took an aspirin the other day. Oh, what are you talking about?
Better
It's
turn
an
in.
aspirin.
Yeah, exactly. It's well over. It's
Yeah.
But
literally
if you have some, you know, brain chemistry, you know, that you need to have altered, that you need to have that. How else are you gonna have that occur? It's just not happening, right?
Yeah.
I am not addicted to serotonin. I require more of it than I currently have free reign.
Yeah, that I naturally produce.
Yeah.
And that's a big part of it. That's how I look at it. Is my meds let me be me, and instead of when I didn't have them and it was not good.
So right, you got to look at the source that you're getting the information from, right? I mean, if it's just the guy sitting next to you in a pew, he's like, "Oh yeah, right, yeah, Johnny."
Yeah, thanks for that.
Yeah.
My psychiatrist.
Yeah. I'll take it under advisement.
Right. Yeah.
What my dad always used to say, whenever somebody would say something obviously stupid but really insist on feedback, he'd say, "I'll take it under advisement."
Yeah. Don't dismiss them, because you don't want them to feel like you dismissed them in any way.
Yeah.
Because of course they're right.
Yeah.
I have a medical.
It's so bald-ass stupid that it's not worth taking under advisement. Sometimes you just have to just be a little kind to your fellow human and then move on through life.
I used to tell my students that there were no stupid questions. I was proven wrong. Eventually. I didn't say, "Wow, that is a dumb question." I did not. Nope. I did that in my head. That did not come out of my mouth.
Yes, but you keep it all inside.
You keep it all inside. That's right. And I answered the very obvious and very stupid question, and then we moved on. But I was like, "Wow."
Did it ever get to the point where you would just say, "That's not even wrong"?
I'm sorry, where I would say that's not even
Wrong.
That's not even wrong.
Practically wrong.
I did get to a point where I would say, what does that have to do? Because we're here, and that question is way over here. Can you? Does it have anything to do with what we're actually talking about? And then they generally would say no, and I would go, okay, let's leave that alone then. We're not going to take up class time discussing whether or not men walk on the moon. Yes.
Guys. Hey.
I'd like to go back to something we were saying previously. I'm in the New Jersey medical marijuana program. I was approved for anxiety. And this is going back to the unsolicited advice thing. I told one of my neighbors, like, I got a medical marijuana card. She goes, "Why? What's wrong with you?" I said, well, okay, first off, that's not cool to ask that. But I said, I have PTSD. She said, "Why? What happened?" Okay, you don't make people explain why they got traumatized. So I mentioned one thing that was the lesser of the problems. And after explaining it, she goes, "Oh, you don't need that. You just need to meditate."
Okay.
And I kind of lost my cookies on her. I just said, "Okay, that's it. This conversation's over." Back to the unsolicited advice.
I am currently still working, and I just got a message from my boss about a meeting that they've popped on my calendar for 2 p.m. my time, which is in 15 minutes. So I need to hop off. But love you guys. Thank you all for the support. And Linda, I'll get in touch with you. I would love to have you on one of our shows. And then Julie, I'll get in touch with you too about coming on for the women's rights special.
Oh, thank you.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. That was nice of her to stop by.
No new person to pop up. Nope.
I was about to say, I was waiting for that window to pop back open. Somebody else seen it.
There's no one.
Oh,
Just blank.
Amiga, that is messed up. I'm sorry. And especially when they asked you what happened to you. It's like, that was Shadow Kitty?
That was me.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm not okay. Anyway, Mr. Shadow Kitty, I am so sorry that happened to you. And especially like the question about what happened. It's like that. My trauma is none of your business.
I discussed that with B on the when she was doing the mental health thing. It's like, if somebody has been traumatized, you don't say, "Well, what happened to you?" Because you're making them re-experience it. It's just markedly insensitive.
Mm-hmm. I mean, there's just to use a very common example. I mean, there's a reason my dad only talks about Korea with other Korean vets. He doesn't talk about it with me. and that's fine. That's his business. And he talks to them about it because they were there too. That's fine.
Well, that's kind of the other side of the coin of the destigmatization thing, and that's like it needs to be okay to talk about it, but there are people who will try to push you to talk about it, or to push you about elements of it that are none of your damn business, or that don't have anything to do with that, or both. Hey, Angie.
Angie.
I see Angie.
What's that?
Hi, Angie.
Hello, Angie. Can you see us and hear us?
Yeah, she's muted, it looks like.
Oh,
Where'd you go, Angie?
You're muted.
We are under this nest.
I know. Open the door next time in a second if it's not clear.
Yeah. Okay.
I require further caffeination.
Okay.
May I speak past you 1 second, my love? Thank you.
Wow, look at that. Is that a rainbow flag?
Yeah, that's the pansexual pride flag. So
Wow, vibrant colors.
thank you. It's fabulous. I'm in the comfy chair.
Yay!
I'll just feed it back to you.
No, it's okay.
Oh, seriously? Yeah. I was just being silly. Okay, no, I'll take it.
We have
Yeah.
many rainbow flags in my town.
Aw, that is awesome.
Good to hear.
We love our gay community,
Man.
our
Sure,
friends and
why-
neighbors.
And why not?
Yeah.
That's
You're
why.
right. We have a particular section of town that has where like Memphis Out and or Out Memphis, I'm sorry, is an organization, and they have a Rainbow Kids, which is mainly for teenagers and queer youth to get together with other kids who are queer, and they can talk and have support and make friends. And then we, unfortunately, because it's Tennessee, we also have a couple of shelters for kids who are thrown out of their homes when they come out to their parents. So yeah, but
Yeah, it's really tough for kids. I mean, they have really no support system for kids, right? For that kind of thing.
It's difficult.
Very little.
Yeah, and you got to work around DHS, which is
it's even like it's harder for children to find assistance with that. I would assume. I mean, I don't know.
That has been my impression. I don't know enough, but it's
Especially if you live in a community that says, "Oh, you're somehow damaged," right?
Oh boy.
And you get that constantly, right? When they're out with their friends, and their friends have got that mindset.
Yeah. That's not good for your self-esteem, especially when you're young.
No.
Yeah.
Right.
Because it has larger implications as you get older. If your self-esteem is not so high when you're young, I think it can snowball. But I'm no psychologist,
No, I agree though. I think there's certain kinds of, I mean, obviously, we all remember being teenagers and everything was so intense, right? And everything was the end of the world, or not. Whatever. But
it's white or black, right?
yeah, very white. Yeah, very black and white thinking. I was a super judgmental teenager. I was obnoxious. And then you get to you get older and you chill out and everything. But I think you make a good point, because if you learn to devalue yourself because everyone around you is telling you that you're less than for whatever reason, then some of that's going to stick, and it will.
It's like a reinforcement.
Yeah.
You know, of a bad behavior or a way of thinking. I think, isn't it? If someone,
Yeah, I
if you believe it a little bit, if you think about it, and then someone says it,
Am I in now?
Especially over an
Yeah.
extended period of time. All right, because now it gets at some point your brain, all right, starts building permanent memories of it. All right, and it's there for a long time. And every time you remember it, all right, it gets reinforced.
I still have issues with that.
Mm.
Yeah, I do too.
I
So,
still
Colin.
have. Whoa! Whoops! She fell out again.
Oh, dagnabbit.
Angie,
Oh no!
Angie out.
Yeah. I still
Okay.
have the 13-year-old Linda who hides in the corner. Sometimes taking over.
Yeah, I get it.
It's amazing how those previous selves can just pop up to sabotage us from time to time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Even when you think they're long since gone and flushed away down the drain, then you turn around and they're like, "Ha! I am here to be obnoxious and ruin your day."
Exactly.
Yeah, I said something not very nice about myself yesterday, and Junk Shop said, "Hey, don't talk about my wife like that." And that
Aw.
it was very
Oh.
sweet. And you're right, and you know they're right, because that one of the best things a therapist ever told me is I said something awful. I don't remember what, but about me, and she said, "Hey, would you say that to a friend?" And I said, "No, God, no." And she said, "Then why would you say that about yourself? Why are you going to be less kind to yourself than you would be to a friend?" And I was like, "Oh, fuck, mind blown." Okay, but that was one of the best. Sorry about the language. That was one of the best things I ever got. I got a lot of good out of therapy, and I'm in therapy now. But like, that was one of the best things.
Mm-hmm. I found out with my therapist. I kind of actually knew it, but wouldn't admit it to myself that it's only thoughts. It's all in your head. And I know it's all in my head, but it keeps affecting me. And she was, yeah, you know it's in your head. And you know what to do, but sometimes it overwhelms you.
Yeah, for sure.
And you can know intellectually that it's just your mind messing with you. Sometimes it doesn't feel like it.
No.
Like it feels very external and very real, even though you know in your head it's like, nope, I know that's not a real thing. And your gut says otherwise.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like scary movies. You sit in the theater and you know it's like it's just a movie. It's just a movie, but still your heart beats and your palms get sweaty when certain scenes come up.
Yep. I still react to certain jump scares, and I love horror movies, and that you always know it's coming. But everyone,
I can't do the jump scare thing because I am a victim of violent crime and I was mugged, so I had the jump scare for real. So when it comes up in movies, I'm like, ugh.
Yeah. I find them a bit cheap. Sometimes they're done really well. I like the more subtle ones. Like I was watching a horror movie and a lady was looking into a mirror, and she was, and then she bent her head to wash her hands, and then walked away from the mirror, and her reflection was still there, and looked after her. It was very subtle and super creepy, but not like that.
Yeah,
you
there
know,
wasn't a big loud chord of,
there was
noise to just automatically shock your nervous system.
Manipulate you.
Yeah.
It was very subtle and very well done. And I was like, okay, we should have more of that, and less of the boogie boogie.
I think that was part of the charm of the old school horror movies. You know, the Lon Chaney and that is that there was subtlety and the anticipation of what may happen more than something actually jumping out at you.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. And more than knowing that something will happen. You know, with the older movies, you never knew if something was going to happen or not. Or
Exactly. Yeah.
Not. Now you know that sooner or later something's going to be right in your face, and it takes away the anticipation, like you were saying, of wondering.
Yeah, it's gotten too formulaic.
What happened? Angie had to drop out again?
I don't know. She was like in mid word and
Oh,
dropped
poor
and
Angie.
I don't know what happened.
Her connection is crap today.
I'm sorry.
Angie.
Hadn't been the
She's
same
fun.
since the tornado, I don't think.
Oh man, and tornadoes.
We had one
Tornado.
touchdown in southern New Jersey the other day from Isaiah.
Serious?
It's still an hour and a half south of me, but still that's kind of too close for comfort.
That's weird. Is that not unusual? That has to be unusual for Jersey, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Occasionally it happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had the tornado warnings 50 miles from where I am on the east end of Long Island.
Wow.
And
East End.
there hasn't been tornado warnings in I don't know how many years.
See, we get them so often here that people
Yeah.
don't even take the shelter from them anymore. It's like, oh, tornado warning, really? Oh gosh, time to go to the grocery store.
Yeah, well, I mean, honestly, if the sirens go off, like I'll put on my shoes and I'll check my phone, and that is literally the extent of what I do because we don't have a basement, we don't have we could go into the closet under the stairs if we didn't have so much crap in it. But might stand.
Well,
now,
your crap will be safe.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
actually, no. That one time that the
that and that
sirens-
wretched nephew that we can't seem to get rid of. I heard somebody like, yeah, he got it. All right, good.
It makes for good. It makes for good kite flying weather.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was good.
get yourself a little key. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the one time that there was one actually really close to us, we stood in the doorway to the kitchen.
Yeah.
And that because I was like, I think this is
the
as safe as it gets.
sturdiest part of the building is right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, anywhere under a structural beam is a good idea.
Far from the windows, under a structural element.
But it's not weird for us to get at least one or two tornadoes a season. It's freaking me out that you're having tornado warnings on Long Island and in New Jersey. But that is climate change for you.
It's not rare, but it's more common now because of what you just mentioned.
Yeah.
That's
Y'all
the,
get
what is that,
tornadoes in
the
Denmark?
huh? Say again?
Oh, I was just asking, do you get tornadoes in Denmark? I don't know anything about the weather up there.
We've had one, I guess, very, very, very tiny touchdown. Teeny weeny, yeah. We don't get them here.
Good.
All right, that's it. I'm moving to
Yeah.
Denmark.
Yeah, right?
We only get strong winds, storms.
Shuffle off to Denmark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't do me.
John Chubb, you mentioned that. What do they call it? I forget the word they use. Apathetic. When people get apathetic to something, all right? And they don't take things seriously. It leads to things like we have now with this whole COVID thing.
Yes.
And I actually forgot the question I was going to ask you.
Here, this is what we got Tuesday.
Oh wow.
It wasn't a tornado, but I was standing right here trying to retrieve a garbage can lid when I watched half a tree right here.
Oh, Jiminy.
Came down.
Oh.
So yeah, we had lots of excitement. Oh yeah, when this came down, it destroyed the poopy bag dispenser. Just completely crushed it.
Oh. Yeah, that's
I get back and run home.
Here. It usually happens.
Yeah.
So that was real exciting. I sat on my porch. This is not the house that you want to be in if there's a tornado.
Oh dear. Yes, that's another thing that I don't deal well with my anxiety is extreme weather. Any kind of weird weather event, I just get all twitchy and useless. Like the sky turns a weird color, my brain turns a weird color. I can't deal with it. I get panic attacks and just want to crawl up the wall and hide on the ceiling like a fighter.
That is an amazing image. Thank you.
Yeah, but Junk Shop, somehow you managed to work that out, right?
Well, I'm medicated for the panic attacks now. it's less working it out than.
No, that's what I mean. Do you have a means?
Oh yes,
to cope with that.
Coping mechanism. Yes.
Yeah, and there's some other things. There's some CBT that we do too. So yeah, that
I've
helps.
had good luck with breathing exercises,
Yeah.
which sounds simplistic, but I've really had good luck with those since I started doing them for anxiety and panic attacks and all manner of aberrant psychological states.
They don't work for everybody, but if they work for you. Amiga, did you remember what you were going to ask about apathy? Other than it's really problematic? Because it is. I agree.
I think he was talking about complacency
Yeah.
in a way.
There's synonyms. That works.
With
Either
the way
one
people are acting around each other outdoors, he was getting to a point like that, right? In some way, I don't know. Maybe I'm reading into it. I don't know. Amiga?
No, I'm just drawing a blank.
Oh.
Yeah.
I've been called apathetic, but I don't really care.
Nice. That was such a dad joke, but I loved it.
Being apathetic about being apathetic.
Yeah. Well, today I saw two older gentlemen outside now they were outside. They were near the entrance to a store I was going into. And they weren't wearing masks, and I didn't see, like, the masks weren't like, now if I was just hanging out outside away from people, sure, let your mask down, it's cool. But I didn't see one anywhere on them. And they were just hanging out, and they were older guys. And I was like, you're in the danger demographic specifically for this particular. I mean, it can absolutely kill younger people too, but it's really dangerous for you. Why don't you have? I'd feel a lot better if you had a mask. And one of these fellows was sitting so close to the entrance of the place that I walked like right past him. So we were, I mean, just for a second, but it's like.
But still not socially distanced there for a second.
No.
Within the danger zone.
Just like, dude, mask, man, come on. So
I went out on Sunday, right? Took a ride, go get some smokes, right? I got there, right? Took off my helmet, put on the mask, right? Got off the bike, went into the place, got my cigarettes, come out. Now I'm going to have a cigarette because I wanted a cigarette, right? And a car pulls in right alongside me. And I literally rolled my bike back 6 feet from where their car door was, without even thinking about it. It was just like an automatic thing. It was just like, because they got out of their cars and they had no masks, and they went to go into the smoke shop, and it was like the girl in there was just like, "Did you read the sign?" I could hear her outside. "Did you read the sign? Because it says right on the sign, you have to wear a mask."
Good Lord. Yeah.
People don't read the sign.
Well,
There's no.
here at the city, we've got a nice thing going at the moment because we had a couple of horrendous spikes in cases, which absolutely sucks and is terrible. But because of that, we now have a city ordinance that all places of business, have to put up signage, and they cite the city ordinance. So that's helped a lot. I've seen a lot more people in store. I haven't seen people in stores unmasked. Hey, Paul.
I'm back again. I'm on my way to work.
Good. Don't look at us. We've been terrified for your safety.
No, you're all right. I won't be looking at the camera.
Yay! Thank you.
When I get up here, I'll stop the car and I'll show you some British countryside.
Thank you.
Yay!
Nice.
Yeah.
The steering wheel's on the wrong side.
No.
Yeah. It is actually.
Move over.
Yeah.
In the UK, obviously, we drive on the left-hand side. And it feels totally natural driving on the left-hand side. But then I moved out to Germany. I lived in Germany for 5 years. And, of course, they drive on the right-hand side. And it makes more sense to me to drive on the right-hand side. I never made any mistakes driving on the right-hand side. But every time I came back to the UK, the wife used to go, "Paul, you're on the wrong side of the road." And I used to always make the mistake, even though I've driven for years in the UK, I used to always make the mistake back in the UK to driving on the wrong side of the road. But in Germany and the rest of Europe, never ever made a mistake. It just seems so natural to drive on that side of the road.
Yeah,
So,
it is.
yes, I agree. We do drive on the wrong side of the road in England.
All right.
Greg Hartwick says cops won't answer calls.
I didn't catch it.
I'm sorry. Can you say that a little louder? It's probably
Greg Hartwick in the chat says cops won't answer calls
Oh, hops won't answer calls.
because let's see. There's an outside. Kim says, I saw an interview with a gun shop owner who makes people take off their masks when they come in. The South is fucked.
Oh yeah.
And then Greg says, cops won't answer calls, question mark.
Oh, cops won't. I knew
Yeah.
Hub was in the chat. I heard Hub. I'm sorry. Okay, cops won't answer. Yeah. It's messed. It's so messed up. Yeah. I heard that about the guy that owns the gun shop, and it was because I think his reasoning, which was completely wrong, but the reason he gave was, I have to check people's ID, and I can't reliably do that if the half of their face is covered. And it's like, yes, you can. You pretty much can. I mean, even if you need me to step back 6 feet and do this for 2 seconds and then put it back, that would be fine. But yeah, he didn't want any masked people in his store at all, and it's like that argument falls apart so quickly.
Although I will say one thing to Greg is that in the United States, the Supreme Court has stated that the police are actually under no obligation to provide assistance to any particular individual. So they legally don't have to answer calls. And in a lot of places in the United States, the cops just don't answer calls.
Yeah.
They just don't care. And they're protected by law.
Well, it seems like that then it's all arbitrary what they decide to go out and investigate, right? I guess. I mean, how do they determine who's determining the priority of what's being called in?
It depends on the neighborhood the call comes from.
Is it all like arbitrary?
No, it's usually involves poverty and racism. Basically, there are neighborhoods they're not going to bother with. There are neighborhoods they're going to over police because they're the trouble. And so on and so forth.
Or they're being
Actually, I've heard that. I've heard that from a cop myself.
That too.
You
There was a cop in
Germantown,
the town that I used to live in, and I asked him about what about the certain area. He goes, "We just let them police themselves."
All right. So in 1856, the U.S. Supreme Court declared that local law enforcement had no duty to protect a particular person, but only a general duty to enforce the laws. And that was South v. Maryland.
They're not your personal bodyguards, right?
Well, and I understand that, but
I'm not.
That does seem to conflict with. I mean, I agree with you on that point, Sam. But it does seem to conflict with their mandate to protect and serve.
Yeah, there's kind of contradiction there.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a kind of a contradiction.
And
it's not kind of, it is.
Yeah.
And are we really? I mean, that hasn't been revisited since 1856. That seems like a long time for a decision to go unchallenged.
No,
regardless of what.
Oh no, it has been revisited. Let's see. It was revisited in Bowers v. DeVito, U.S. Court of Appeals, 7th Circuit, in 1982.
82?
Yes, 1982.
So it only took 100-odd years for them to. Wow.
I was 4 years old.
And it was reaffirmed.
I wasn't even born.
Reaffirmed in 1980. Wow.
Yes, it was reaffirmed in 1982.
I was joining the service in 82. Oh, Malcolm.
Yeah, that's crazy. Okay. And yeah, what Junk Shop said about wealthy neighborhoods, I mean, yeah, like my sister, when she lived in town, she lived in a really nice suburb. And if you had to call their police, they were there like that, like really quickly. And then by contrast, in the neighborhood I was living in, you could call them, and like I had to, and it wasn't a 911 call, but a guy threatened me. I was a clerk at a video store, and he made because I couldn't give him a membership, whatever. He said he was going to come back and shoot me, and I was like, "Should I report that?" And the guy, my coworker, was like, "Yeah, probably just be safe. Yeah, you should call." And I was like, "All right." So I just called the closest precinct, and I didn't call 911. And so when the officer showed up, like 7 hours later, the guy had not come back, luckily for me, and I got chewed out by her, kind of rightfully, because she said, "If anyone threatens your life, you dial 911. Don't just make a complaint. What is wrong with you?" And I was like, "Well, I didn't really think he'd come back and shoot me in front of." It was a Saturday night. Like we were full all night. I was like, I kind of doubted his word that he'd come back and shoot me in front of like 40 witnesses. Like it's just, But fair point. Next time I will call 911. She's like, "Fine. All right, got your statement." She left. She was really pissed. So
closest I got with that was back in the Persian Gulf War. We were protesting every Saturday morning outside of a military installation, and a local cop came by and said, "I just want to let you know that we received a call that you all have just gotten a death threat. Does you just proceed as you use the best of your integrity to see what you want to do?" And so we're like, "Well, they're not going to scare us off like that. They can't shoot all of us." So we stayed, and none of us got shot, but none of us backed down.
Yes, that is awesome. Well done.
I don't think I got that kind of balls now.
No, I think my super risk taking days were more in my 20s, but now I'm like, man, my knee hurts.
Look at Paul driving like crazy. He's a driving man. Look at him.
I'm on a single track road.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's probably not a sort of road that you would see. In fact, I can just stop like that in the middle of the road. I've just stopped literally in the middle of the road, and I'll show you.
Oh, pretty. No, we got some country roads outside of. You got to go way out.
You gotta go way
Yeah.
out, though.
Yeah,
That's beautiful scenery.
that is.
This
gorgeous.
is literally my back. This is like my back garden. This.
Oh my god.
It's literally just outside my house.
Ah, nice.
It's well. It's how I was brought up in countryside like this all my life.
Mhm.
So this was basically like me playground.
Nice.
This is where I was going to park and show you a really old bridge and a stream. I'll just park here and show you.
I feel like I'm watching GTA 5 or something.
Oh, cool.
Oh, that's lovely.
Aw.
Oh, like a creek?
Yeah, I was about to say we call that a creek here, but yeah, that is lovely. I love the
Up with
stone
bridge.
bridge, or the edge is stone. That's really cool.
Ah, good for fishing.
I had a creek in my backyard where I grew up.
Nice.
Used to catch my own fish for breakfast.
Very cool.
Oh, right there.
When I was a kid, I didn't mind. I liked fishing. I could gut fish. I could clean fish. Now I'm just like, ugh, slimy. Go to the grocery store. I don't want to deal with it.
So this is literally just well, I'm probably about five minutes from work because I'm at a different depot today. So I'm only half an hour's drive where normally I'm an hour and a half's drive. So I'm only half an hour drive today.
Oh, man.
That's nice.
Yeah, I was about to say, when you said I'm
I'm
only
literally
5
gonna be
minutes
working
from work, I thought, how
like
long are
this.
you on the road?
I set off about 25 minutes ago. So it's only an half an hour, 35-minute commute today.
Thank you for showing us that. It was beautiful.
That was
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, that was lovely, yes.
And where I'm going to now, it's basically like what we call a satellite depot, and it's literally on a farm. I'm literally going to a farm.
Nice.
So yeah, I've got a couple of good days of work. I'm basically it's me and another guy, and I'm just going to be following behind him in the car, telling him what work needs to be done. So I'm just going to spend all night in a car in countryside like this.
Very
While,
cool.
Doesn't
There's a guy
suck.
on a tractor going to be cutting all the grass. Yeah, it's someone's got to do it. So luckily it's me that's doing it for the next couple of days. It'll be quite good.
Oh, hello.
Oh, that's right. It's
Oh, yeah, Linda. How late is it?
sorry, it's the middle of the afternoon for us. I forget how much further ahead Linda is.
It's 2020.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
1920.
yeah, the time as well. We've got about 10 minutes to go.
Oh, this was quick today.
yeah. Okay, final thoughts
So
on.
one of the apparently one of the because we're also anxious about talking about anxiety at the beginning, and now we got so relaxed talking about everything else that the time blew by us.
Yeah.
It is-
Well, I wanted to know about some coping mechanisms.
Okay. I like. I'm a fan of self-soothing techniques, which is part of cognitive behavioral therapy. Basically, just doing anything that makes you feel calm and good and happy. So, like, first that might be. Now, it's not going to be the same thing because people are different, but it might be reading a favorite book. It might be taking a long hot bath. It might be eating chocolate. Just like, not until you're sick or anything, but just some chocolate. Just doing something nice for yourself. Listening to music, playing music. I'm a big fan of singing show tunes in the shower. Always makes me feel better. And then also the one breathing thing that I use is like you breathe in through your nose for like 10 count, and then out. Is it 10 and then 20? Is that right? Or is it 5 and 10?
It does whatever works for you.
It's numbers.
I don't think it's universal.
I don't think it is either. But just breathe in and be conscious of that, and then breathe out for twice as long as you counted to breathe in.
I do that when my heart starts racing.
Yes. Yeah.
I do it to slow down my heart rate.
Yep. It's really good for that.
Well, I used to use music.
Traffic.
Whoa. What?
Yeah, we've got traffic.
Oh! I thought that was an
We've got
alcohol
traffic.
movement for a minute, and then here it came.
That was rush hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, rush hour, right, yeah.
Speaking of getting your heart rate up and then bringing it back down.
A tractor.
Paul, you all right?
Yeah, fine. I'm just going through a little village, so I thought I'd show you it. And obviously I got there just at rush hour. We got there at rush hour, so we had a bit of a traffic jam.
That was terrifying.
I love that where he is right now, a tractor and a car and another car going the other way counts as a rush hour traffic jam.
I love that.
Here we call that a driveway.
Yeah. That's nothing.
Yeah.
That's great.
It must be lovely.
It must be nice.
Yeah, I used to work 35 miles. Yeah, 35 miles. I used to have to travel to work.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And sometimes it would take me as much as between 4 and 5 hours to go 35 miles.
Jesus.
What?
Because of gridlock?
Because it's Long Island.
Okay.
Rough.
Yep.
Heavily populated, lots and lots of cars. Okay.
The
Sorry.
LIE.
Because I live
I know all about it.
25 miles roughly from my last office, and it took 45 minutes in the morning. It could take as long as an hour in the afternoon, because there was always more traffic in the afternoon, but I went in really early, so I was able to avoid the heavy traffic.
And we thought that was bad. 4 to 5 hours. Holy
I
cow.
know, I can't even remember.
Mhm.
And
This is where I work. This is where I work. I'm now entering the farm now to where I work.
Oh, it's
Nice.
beautiful.
This is lovely.
Ooh.
So this is
Okay, sorry, Amiga. What were you saying?
I was telling Nels that the longest time it took me was not on the LIE. It was on taking the Southern State Parkway. Southern State Parkway and getting off at Sunrise Highway was what took me the longest ever. I sat on that parkway.
Yeah, I've been in that. You couldn't get a speeding ticket if you wanted to.
No.
Hey, you got to take the service road.
Yeah.
That sounds horrible.
Yeah.
The Long Island Expressway. I'm sorry. The Long Island Expressway has the unique quality of being one of the only places I've ever seen where you could have a 50-mile-an-hour traffic jam.
Ah.
I learned recently. Oh, now I'm afraid I'm going to say the wrong thing. But it was LA. The reason that the freeway in LA is so weird and difficult and just bizarre, and you go miles and miles out of your way to get to, from one exit to another, is because it was specifically bought, the land where they used eminent domain and things like that to buy for the freeway. It was used as for gentrification purposes.
Oh.
So basically, Black and Latino neighborhoods or Latinx neighborhoods, and so that was fun to learn about. I was like, oh, we've always sucked. There's surely there's some moment where we weren't awful. There we go. That's my downer.
Yeah, I was going to
historical fact.
right in with the depressing historical fact, right? Right as a button. Right
After all the beautiful scenery, I'm sorry. I'm not sorry.
Dog.
Looks like Paul made it to work successfully.
What do we all?
It does.
Oh, doggy!
You're on telly, kids.
Black dog.
You wondering who it is, aren't you? Hey? Who is it?
Oh.
And you're here as well, eh?
Two doggies. Oh.
Two dogs. Aren't there?
Hey. Twins.
Yes, I see.
Yeah, I was just wondering if I saw double, but there were two dogs.
Yeah,
What was
we all
that?
You're not quite that tired.
They're
Oh.
beautiful.
Seeing double, two dogs, two lemons.
Oh.
And they're clearly very comfy with you, Paul.
Big softies, them things.
Yeah.
The what? Oh, yeah. I'm just not bothered about dogs. So yeah, this is where I work when I come to this depot. There's not a lot here, and that's my view.
Nice.
It looks so peaceful.
It does, yeah. I like the lack of people.
Yeah, it's lovely.
Yeah.
It's funny that I like the lack of people.
Yeah.
Socially distancing while at work. That's amazing.
Mhm. That's awesome.
That's
No
the office.
Oh, nice. There you go.
So yeah, I've just got to wait for somebody to turn up, and then we're going to go grass cutting
Cool.
along the side of the road. And that's my car that I'll be out in.
Oh, that's good.
And that's a load of salt for in winter.
Oh my.
And we're gritting the roads. That's our salt that we have. All this.
Very important,
Yes.
especially where you live. We have, my entire city has one salt truck. Because it's
Really?
You'll never freaking need it.
It's like maybe twice a year.
Oh. Ah, right. Yeah, true. Yeah.
Yeah.
We use sand a lot. We have an abundance of sand.
All right.
Right then. I'll jump off because I need to get some stuff sorted out, ready for when the guys gets here, so we can start work.
Cool.
So I'll catch you all later.
Absolutely. Have a good night.
Bye.
Yeah.
Cheers,
Yeah.
Paul. Cheers.
See you all later. Bye.
And Linda,
What?
your husband,
I think I'm talked out for the moment.
your husband has been misbehaving again.
Yeah,
What?
I'm sorry, I can't think of anything else.
Spooky bedhead should tell him to get out.
Yeah.
Causing trouble.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Well, we should probably sign off as well.
Yeah. This has been fun.
Yes, it has. Thank you, everybody.
For an anxiety-themed stream, it was surprisingly anxiety-free for the most part. I love it.
I feel much better than I did when I got on here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do too.
So there's another helpful coping thing. Spend time with your friends.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Virtually.
Yeah.
No other way.
absolutely.
It's amazing how much that helps. And me, at least.
Mm.
I am unanimous in this.
All
Yeah,
right.
my wife has been away for the past couple of days because she's been doing an overnight dog sitting thing. So I've been here in virtual isolation, and I didn't have the computer, so I've been like super isolated.
Oh, dear.
Oh,
Mm.
yeah, I wouldn't love that.
So was it a good thing or a bad thing? Overall.
What, super isolation?
Okay.
I got to watch a lot of movies. That was fun.
Movies
Made
are
a fuss over the
always
cats.
good.
The cats got a lot of attention.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
Yay. And tomorrow we got the improv Bible study again.
Yes, the Book of Job.
Oh.
I'm so excited.
Job, what a chump.
Ugh. My favorite one because we studied it in my senior English class.
Oh, I'm going to have to step up my game. For
Yeah,
this
yeah, you will. I wrote
Ooh.
multiple papers
one.
on this book.
Feeling the pressure.
Now this was like 4 years ago. So I did, and I love that it's essentially a bet between God and Satan. It's just so cool. So I'm super excited. Super excited.
Ay. And I don't have to be in bed tomorrow night because I am not working the weekend.
Yay!
Oh.
Yay! But I do have to go to my mom's birthday.
Oh, that's nice. though.
Saturday.
'Cause yep.
Yeah, it's,
And how old will Mom be?
60, 64, 65. Yeah.
Took too long.
She is born in 1955.
She's my age.
Yeah. Guess so.
I was born in '57.
Oh.
Hmm.
And I was born in. Nope, I'm not going to tell anybody.
I was
Figure
born
it out.
in
You'll slip up.
I was born in 1983.
Child. You wee child. Right. No, I'm kidding. You are younger than I am, but I'm kidding. You're not a child.
all right. Well, I think we're going to hop out.
Yeah. Love you guys. Good sleep,
Good to-
Linda.
Good to see everybody.
Thank you for
Sam,
coming.
I'll see you for D&D on Saturday.
Oh yeah.
Sure, for sure.
Yeah.
And you guys, you have a stream coming up now?
No, this took the place. We Linda and I combined forces and combined streams.
Oh, okie doke.
Yeah, so we don't do anything today.
Yeah.
After this.
Honestly, there a lot has already happened today, and I need to decompress now.
Yeah.
Because apparently I can't handle as much social anything as I was able to do before we had to go on lockdown and stuff. So
that's all right. We do
Yeah.
do some breathing exercises and have a glass of wine,
Yes,
probably.
Yeah.
very nice.
Sounds good.
Bye, everyone.
Take care, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay.
Okay, you people with wrenches, start chilling yourselves.
Yeah. Do
You're
it. Do
not
it.
doing
Do
it today.
it. You're not?
No.
Who? Okay, thank you all in the chat for hanging out with us, and thank you Amiga, and Shadow Kitty, and Sam, and Paul Camish, and Ilya, and Angie for a short while, and Junk Shop, and Julie for joining in. And we will see you all next Thursday.
Yay.
Bye all.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye bye.